Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Layton Brothers Mystery Room. Thanks for tuning in. We are now going from the case 4 years ago to the current case of Diane Makepeace, who just recently was killed by a mysterious person. Maybe somebody else, who knows? So, looks like Alfendi has made some kind of discovery with us looking at the crime scenes. Let's hear what he has to say.
What's that then?
The location of the shooter who killed Diane. Can you figure out where the shot was fired from?
So if she is falling like that, I would assume they shot her from like the opposite side, right? And can I zoom in even further? Can I take a look? Okay, wait. So let's zoom out. Wait, okay, they always like, whoa, there's just a hatchet sitting in the corner of the room. That's great. That's really relaxing. That's awesome. Okay. A window that commands a fine view over the castle grounds. If you weren't paying attention, you could easily fall out of it. So, you know, maybe through a window or something, that could be, why there's just an axe in here? The emergency axe that was used to break down the door here 4 years earlier. It doesn't appear to have had any use recently, being covered in dust, but still, it's such a relaxing piece of decor. Okay. So it looks like, I would think from this side of the room, but let's take a quick look. I don't like that, like, in several cases, they've kind of completely flipped the perspective around, either when you're zoomed out or zoomed in. It makes it very confusing. For example, in the radio show case, I was so confused on, like, what was happening on which side of the table inside the broadcast room. I don't know. Anyways, it's just a bit disorienting. A screen that shows the room in which Lucy was held captive. Okay. Here's the PA system, radio, transceiver, and microphone. Diane Makepeace used this to communicate with Lucy while she was held captive for the ham and cheese case. Okay. A jigsaw puzzle piece of exactly the same type as was used in the jigsaw puzzle killings. Great, I guess that's it for here. Cause, okay, her body is facing that way. I need to see it from like a different angle. Her body's facing that way, there's the chair. So I would think the impact would have come from this side. Oh, you can see where I'm indicating. So I would think it would come from this side, but like, okay, oh, maybe someone popped in from the stairway? Like, what's this stuff? What's this stuff on the bottom? Is that a broken down door? Oh, okay, I see. Maybe someone peeked in from the staircase, shot her, and ran away. Maybe that's what they did, and then they dropped the gun in the lap and then just sprinted off. And for some reason, Al didn't hear any of the footsteps or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe they chucked it really nicely. Like, they shot her from across the room and then chucked it in his lap, and it just landed perfectly in there. Maybe that's what happened. Okay. A stairway that connects this floor to the rooftop above. The door that could once shut it off remains broken down for, I can't read. My brain cannot process this sentence. The door that could once shut it off remains broken down from 4 years earlier. Okay, there we go. So broken down door, a very tough wooden door that could be used to shut off the stairs to the roof. I never hear it phrased like that, where you're shutting off the entry to something. I've never heard it that way. Usually it's like lights and stuff like that, or anyways. It was broken down 4 years ago, resulting in free access to the roof now. I'm gonna guess the stairs, because it seems, I don't know, man.
Well, judging by how she's fallen, I'd say the killer must have been on the stairs leading up to the roof when he or she shot her, or they.
Exactly. It could hardly be more obvious when you look at the body. Surely the great mind of Hilda Pertinax couldn't figure out what that means. Clearly you want me to say that you could therefore not have been the one to shoot the victim. Yes, I do. There's absolutely no way she could have fallen as she did if shot from where I was bound to my chair.
So, it weren't you who did it, Prof?
Of course not. And that's not all.
Oh? What else is there?
Someone as devious as Diane wouldn't make herself an easy target. We can be fairly sure she had no idea she was under threat. In other words, Diane didn't think there'd be anybody on the stairs leading up to the roof. Hardly a shattering news, Al. But then, how did the killer get onto the stairs? Isn't that rather intriguing? Not really. Clearly the culprit had climbed up the tower sometime before when Diane wasn't around.
And who was in the prime position to do that? Hilda! Her name starts with an H, it's Hilda!
Impossible. Diane didn't set foot outside this room from the moment she captured me until her death. And there's no way anyone else could have reached the castle before I did.
Oh, okay. That only leaves us four, Al. Watch what you're implying.
As I already said, today's events are intimately tied to what happened here 4 years ago. The suspects are the same.
What exactly are you trying to say, Al? How do you suggest the culprit managed to get up onto the roof then,
Oh, it's really very simple. The killer got to the roof without passing through this room at all.
Oh, some kind of pulley thing like across towers. They love doing that. I think they did that several times in Ace Attorney across varying cases. There's like 2 towers, somebody like flies. I don't know. I don't remember. It might have been a different game altogether, but I feel like that's just a thing I see. I feel like that's a thing I see. Okay.
That's not an answer. That's nonsense.
Agreed.
Just what I'd expect a pair.
Can't read the sentence?
Just what I'd expect a pair of close-minded, unimaginative
troglodytes to say. Oh my god, this horrible man, calling people troglodytes. You can't just call people troglodytes, my dude. I beg your pardon! Do you have any idea how much trouble you're in, Al? You're up to your eyeballs, my friend. I better rip your nose off.
Oh, I'm well aware of my predicament. But the truth is, the killer knows of a secret way to the roof that not even I am aware of. A way that bypasses this room, that eliminates the need to open the door on the stairway here.
Okay. So we're gonna find it. We're gonna search the entire castle and find it. That's why we can see the entire layout.
Isn't it amazing what a little bit of investigating can turn up? Don't you think, Hilda?
I'm naming you specifically, Hilda.
Are you all right, Hilda?
Let's go over what we've learnt in order. First of all, we've established that Diane was shot in the temple. From the angle of penetration, we can deduce that the shooter was on the stairs that lead to the roof. And that in itself tells us something more. The killer almost certainly didn't use the stairs, but knew another way to the roof of the West Tower.
I still can't see how there can be another way up to the roof.
Furthermore, I'm just going to completely ignore you. We've uncovered some disturbing facts about the murder of Keelan Makepeace 4 years ago. The statements of investigating officer Hilda Pertinax have been shown to be extremely questionable.
There's no need to rub salt in the wound, Al.
Firstly, she claimed 4 years ago to have seen me wielding a gun threateningly at Keelan Makepeace. That, however, was an out-and-out lie.
I wasn't lying! I made an honest mistake, that's all!
In actual fact, all she saw was Makepeace wielding a gun. She didn't see me at all. But that's not the end of the witness's dubious statements. She also claimed to have seen Makepeace holding his right side while he wielded his firearm. However, examination of the victim's body showed no wound on the right side, only on the left.
I'm quite certain of what I saw. I assure you I'm telling the truth. He was clasping his right side. I remember it clearly.
The aforementioned points lead us to 2 further issues that require investigation. How did the killer get to the roof of the West Tower? And what does the inconsistency between Hilda's statement and the post-mortem report tell us? Objections?
You have none? Good. Then let's investigate.
Objection! Probably, eventually, I don't know. She has something to say. She has something to say, but she's not spitting it out. Lucy, sometimes you just gotta let go of your penchant for only believing the best of others, okay? You can't always do that. Sometimes, it's good. It's good to do that. It's good to look for the good in people. Sometimes people just have bad days. People like Diane, I don't know about that, okay, Lucy? Jesus Christ.
The murders of Diane Makepeace and her father 4 years earlier, and the attempted murder of myself. One mystery holds the key to all 3 incidents: the secret way to the top of the West Tower. The killer must have known a way to the rooftop without using the stairs inside the tower. I'm sorry, Al, but you have to let this go now. There is no such way.
Hilda's right. The original investigation was very thorough. Why did I say it like that? They didn't find anything like that. Thorough? Don't make me laugh.
Lucy, let's show them what thorough looks like, shall we?
I mean, I'm glad you trust me, I guess. I'm glad you trust me.
Look for evidence that proves the killer reached the West Tower's roof without using the stairs.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna start looking at the whole tower, top to bottom. Oh my god, that's a lot to look at. That's a lot to look at. Okay, so let's just take a look at some, okay? Yeah? So there's 2 sets of stairs, one going up, one going down. Staircase in the central tower appears to be in a rather dubious state of repair. Affordable access. Great, we've seen that. This will probably say the same thing. Cool. Anything else? East Tower stairs. Okay. Yep. Interesting. Anything else? Anything further? No? Okay. There's so much to look at. From the ground floor? There's too many floors. Okay, so we've looked at the stairs. Ooh, what's this? Wow. Oh, okay. Justin's location at the point when the 2nd and 3rd shots were heard. So he said he was outside on the side of the East Tower? That's interesting. How strange. Ooh, impassable door and stairs. Whoa, a door that's utterly impossible to open no matter what. It remains shut fast exactly as it was 4 years earlier. Unless... a staircase that there's absolutely no possibility of using. It remains as impassable as it was 4 years earlier. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? The more impossible something seems, the more we want to make it possible. This is also an impassable door? Why is that? But why? But why, I ask? Okay, let's look at ground floor and see if we can find anything. So here's just the front entrance. This is where we came through. Yeah, great. What else? So here's the commissioner, here's the castle gate. Hilda, okay. Hilda's location at the point when the 2nd and 3rd shots were heard. Oh, did she spider monkey up here? A collapsed staircase that is completely impassable. It remains in the same state of disrepair that it was in 4 years earlier. So, okay, wait. I'm getting a bit confused. Am I currently looking at collapsed stairs on the West Tower? I think that's what I am looking at. Again, when they flip the perspective around, it gets really confusing. Because I think, okay, I can't even like spin the camera around. Because, okay, this is the front, right? So if I'm the commissioner and I'm facing the door, that's me facing the front, which would mean my left side would be the west, which would be here, and then my right side would be the east, which would be here, right? So it's just the perspective's flipped. Oh, sorry, I forgot I could just use a single finger, sorry. There we go. So, here's east, here's west, right? So, I mean, that staircase is pretty weird. There's all these impassable doors, but if they're seriously impassable, they really want to make you think that you can't pass through it. It's collapsed though, but you know, she could have spider monkeyed up there. I don't know. Let me try it. I'm gonna try it. Who cares? Who even cares a single bit? Try that. What's your point, Lucy? I guess not.
I thought perhaps this might have something to do with the secret way up to the roof.
Of course it doesn't. Can't you see that?
I just don't know what you're expecting me to find, Prof. There's none, honestly.
Don't let him get to you, Lucy. I'm sorry to disappoint you and Al, but I really don't think there is another way to the roof. You're wasting your time. Why don't you turn your attention to something else for now? Was that supposed to happen? Was that supposed to happen? Interesting. Okay. Hilda made a statement to the effect that Makepeace was clasping his right side, but examination of the body revealed a wound to the left side only.
Aye, so you keep saying, but what does that tell us?
There really aren't that many possibilities. Can't you figure out which is likely to be closest to the truth?
Okay, so she lied. Makepeace wasn't shot. She made a mistake. The wound was on the right. Well, the wound wasn't on the right because on the body it wasn't, right? It's the final, you can't really change that, so she lied, I guess. I mean, what? I don't know. Really? Oh, I know what I saw. I would never lie. Sorry, Hilda. Doesn't look like that the idea is gonna fly. Really? What do you mean Makepeace wasn't shot? So he was grasping his right side before he got shot because of some other thing. He's like, ouchies, I got hurt by something non-lethal, and then later I got hurt by something lethal when you weren't watching. Like that? Like that? Okay.
Maybe Makepeace weren't shot at all, in the left or right side.
Huh? In neither side? Wait, so it was like a post-mortem wound? Wait, what's going on? Be serious, woman! Didn't you hear what we said? Makepeace was clasping his midriff in agony. Of course he'd been shot. Maybe he was just pretending to do that when he heard the two, Justin and Hilda shouting, running. When he saw commotion, maybe he pretended to do that to make it look like he was the victim or something.
You're exactly right, Lucy.
What? Have you both lost your faculties?
Makepeace was clasping his midriff in apparent agony. That's how it looked to you, but only how it looked. You didn't actually see the wound. But that doesn't make sense. I know how the criminal mind works. It's like I'm inside their heads. Makepeace hadn't been shot. He hadn't been shot at all. He was simply clasping his midriff to make it appear that he'd been shot. It was all an act. An act! What possible reason? I don't think so, Al. That doesn't add up. We had a total of 3 shots that day, and there were 3 gunshot wounds as a result. Al's 1 and Makepeace's 2. That's true. If the first were fired into thin air as part of the act, we would have had 4 shots in all. That first fake one, then the 3 that caused the wounds found on Al and Makepeace. Use your brains, you sloths! I like that he just actively, insults them. It's just funny because sure, we can kind of see this as a separate thing from Al himself, but really I feel like it's just his inner self, boosted by 1,000, and the darker parts also just drawn out by a lot. So I feel like this is his true thoughts. I feel like he's really expressing these things and just going behind a shield, not really, but you know what I mean. I'm just making things up. Going behind a shield of this tougher, more angry, more cranky personality and just letting out everything that he suffers and holds back inside. It's just his way of releasing. I don't know. And so he's just throwing out all the insults in the book because he knows he's not gonna get slapped in the face after saying it, because it's well, it's his other personality, so the real Al doesn't mean it, whatever. I don't know. Anyways. Come again? The answer is staring you straight in the face. That first shot that was part of the act is the key. It wasn't fired into thin air, so you foolishly surmised, Justin. No, it found its intended target. And that target was... Huh? What? What? Okay, hold on. What? Al himself? What? Al himself. Maybe it hit Al first? And then Al fired back. What's happening? I'm so confused. Because they only saw, Keelan pretending to be shot, right? So... I'm gonna pick Al for now, cause I don't understand. Baby! What's going on?
Of course! The first bullet that was fired hit you, Prof!
Glad to see you managing to maintain your sense of humor.
Precisely, Lucy.
Hey?
All this time I've been questioning it, wondering why I had no recollection of shooting Makepeace.
You've really lost me now, Al. You're up in Cloud Cuckoo Land.
But at last, I found the answer. I'd taken a bullet myself and was lying there unconscious before Makepeace had even been shot.
Okay. So, Justin then saw the 2 of them having a standoff before anything even happened? No, he heard shots being fired as he was climbing up the stairs, didn't he? Unless I'm remembering that wrong. I feel like his positioning of being on the outside staircase on the east tower, that's when it said, that's when he heard the 2nd and 3rd shots being fired. I could be wrong. Maybe that was when he heard the first shot. Either way, a shot had been fired while he was making his way up. So if Layton were already shot by the time he got to the roof, how would he have seen them standing face to face with each other? Huh?
Hold on a minute. If that's really true, then... That's right. We have to add another to the growing list of false statements we've seen today. The statement in question being... The thing I just questioned? The thing I was literally just questioning? I saw them... Yeah, this one? What? What's happening?
If the Prof had been taken down with the first gunshot, then he couldn't have been seen pointing his gun at Makepeace. Which means... Justin Lawson, you've given a false statement!
Me?
Who else?
Hold on a minute! I really don't follow your logic here. Let's just run through this again.
As you wish.
If what you're saying is true, the first gunshot was someone shooting you, Al, so you would have been out cold on the rooftop. Across from you, Makepeace puts on a show as if it's actually him who's been shot.
Exactly. Makepeace was clasping his right side in a performance to make it appear as if he'd been hit.
That's it. That's the bit I don't get. What possible reason can Makepeace have had to put on a show like that? What reason would I have to lie? Why would I shout out to you to tell you not to shoot if you weren't wielding your gun? I don't have any reason to lie. If you're gonna drag me over the coals, at least have an argument that makes sense first.
I have to agree with Justin. None of this makes the slightest bit of sense. It's beyond simple. Justin and Makepeace were working together from the start.
Ooh, and with that juicy accusation, we're gonna have to leave this off for the next episode. Wait, what? I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't even know how to wrap my mind around that. What? I don't know. Dude, I'm gonna just settle in it for a little bit until the next episode. Join me then. This is Axis, over and out.